What up, guys? Just starting a new live. Closing some stuff down. Yeah, so this is a new record that actually it's a super quick turnaround actually. So Nikki Wright, who is the vocalist on here, she features in my record Promises, which still isn't out yet. However, this record, I sent her some vocals and she wrote a really cool lyric. I wanted something super simple, and the song that she wrote to, it was like I wanted a different vocal for the song that she wrote it to, so I got her to just literally record the vocals that she thought sounded cool, and I just wrote a new song to it yesterday. I'm sure some of you have heard it, but I'm working on the mix down. I'm probably gonna go in with an engineer and actually mix this one down. I really want this one to be like a proper. I want this to be done really well, and get somebody else's ears. But I'm gonna try my best with how it is. It sounds pretty good, but the vocals still need quite a bit of work. The vocals need quite a bit of work, meaning I just want them to fit right in the mix. I got Nikki to record it on her phone. So all of these recordings of her voice are actually just off her mobile phone, and they sound sick because it sounds a little bit raw. It's just I don't want the crisp studio sound on this vocal. It's like a dark vocal. Her voice is amazing. So I'm gonna play this as a run through, and then I'm just gonna be working on it. So yeah. So that's it. It's like a very deep, super chill record. It's kind of like an album record, kind of. Been writing a lot more like melodic-y stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna get in on the mix down a little bit. So bear with me. If you got any questions, just hit them over. Drama release gets released next month, bitch. So I'm listening to it quiet just to see if everything cuts through. I just want to bring these claps up at extra dB. Drop the reverb ones down. So these, it's just like some weird loop that I found. But I really like it. It adds like really nice texture to the record. I'm going to put a widener on these. I'm going to save this as a third. And then I can cancel, I can delete that, and delete that. I have like OCD about having like a clean page as well. So yeah. The decapitator is it's saturation, so like a distortion unit. Yeah. La Forza 92 answered. Machine on every track. No. I used to, but I much prefer. Well, it just depends how I feel. Machine's really. I'm good at using Machine to just make drums. That's pretty much all I use it for. But I've started using different machines and sampling different things. So yeah, just depends. So if any of you want to know who the vocalist is, it's Nikki _Wright, NIKKI_WRIGHT. Go follow her, she's dope. Vocals, I need to get a noise thing from Waves. Mine has stopped working. So the vocals are actually 2 vocals. So Nikki gave me like 5 different versions, and I put 2 together. This is how we die, isn't it? So this is the main one. Baby's got the gun, and we're the list. So the second one is just the lock. How we die, isn't it? So it's a slightly delayed, it's like slightly off. You'll see like the markers hit at different times. Where like, and this one's a lot more powerful, but it's too much for me. So I brought it down. I've not put any reverb on it. There's compression and my JJP vocals. So this is kind of. This is how we die, isn't it? Might put a little bit of distortion on this bottom one just to give it a little bit more grit. But it might not need it. This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're the list. Where like Nikki recorded it on her phone as well, it's like a little bit distorted. It's not the best distortion because it's distortion through phone. It's not like analog distortion, but a little bit of compression's like cleared it up. This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're the list. Nice of you to run the ball and miss. So this is the reverb unit. It's Soundtoys little plate. I really like it. Sorry, having a drink. I actually really struggle sometimes with it though, because it's like I need like finer controls. So this is without what's it called? Reverb. This is how we die, isn't it? Her voice is so good as well. It's just like graspy. It's like she smoked a million cigarettes. And we're the list. like it sounded cool by itself with like only a small amount of reverb. Sounds cool like this with like only a little bit of reverb.
This is how we die, isn't it?
Sunny, man. Spending too much time on my live feeds. Dad life. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. But like, so it sounds cool with like a little bit of reverb here, but then when I put it on the record, I find it's like it needs more.
This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're the miss. Nice of you to run the bullet miss.
I think I know what I need to do. So, the second part of the vocal, this section, I want that to have more reverb than the main part. Her voice goes a lot softer, so I want it to like carry through a little bit more. So I'm just gonna pull all of this down.
This is how we die, isn't it? 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 This is how baby's got the gun, and we're the miss. Nice of you to run the bullet miss. Funny what we'll do all for you. This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're the miss.
Yeah, this sounds so much better. Sorry, I'm gonna sing up. Keep stalking me, Sonny. I love it. How do you decide between the little plate and the towel reverb? Just purely preference on what I prefer. I generally use the towel on like drums and things like that. I quite like using the towel on the drums. And plate, just, I don't know, it's just, there's something about the plate reverb that I just like. I'm not too technical, so I wouldn't be able to like tell you what's better. I don't think any is better, it's just whatever sounds better. But
Isn't it?
the towel, like, Sound Toys shit is like really fucking good. Towel is really fucking good, but it's not as like warm feeling, it's more computery. So I think that's why. Alex, cheers, man. Yeah, her voice is next level. What happened to your original Percolator remix? The one you released sounded different. I don't know what you're on about, dude. I've only released and only made one Percolator remix. Sorry, man.
This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're the miss.
So when Nikki says this, it's like really harsh. It's like buh. So I'm going to try and fade it out a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Not fade out, fade in. Yeah, much better. So it's not as like jumpy. So I'm going to do that to the same as this one as well, because this one was getting me as well. So it's just a little. And here, it's just like a slight. It just takes that like that proper like loud harshness. This could still do a little bit more. Nice of you to run funny what we'll do all for you. So I'm thinking of moving this down a little. So it's just put it a little bit louder because I want it to like pop through. Like this is at 15.2 dB. I'm gonna put this at like 14.6 and just see if. This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're this. Nice of you to run. On that last section, I'm just going to add a little bit more verb and just see where it's going. This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and we're this. Nice of you to run the bullet. So I really like this. Troy. Honestly, it depends. This came through really quick. I've been on an absolute roll recently. And for some reason, this just came together really well. It's really nice to be able to write with vocals that are really good. When it just depends. This is pretty much finished. Like, the whole music of the track is finished. I don't want to add anything else. This is the whole vibe of the record. But I just want this to be mixed down. So I'm definitely going to take this in with an engineer, just to mix down, a mix engineer. So I'll probably go to Steve Dubb to get this mixed down. I just want it sounding like really freaking amazing. But yeah, as Nikki said, I sent the records. She sent the vocals over a couple of days ago. Mayra, I think that's how you say your name. This is a new record I'm working on. It's called This Is How We Die. K Delusion, I appreciate your feedback, man. I really wanted it to be like super deep. This isn't a club record. I will play it, but this isn't a record made for clubs. So the claps come in here, and then they come in at the last drop. But I hear what you're saying, man. You can do an edit of it. Hey, from New York City. I'm there soon. Who's singing What I'm Trying to Ask? Nikki Wright at NIKK_Wright. She's singing. What is this track going to be called? It's going to be called, at this moment, it's called This Is How We Die. It's pretty fucking dark. I'm sorry. Blame Nikki. Thanks, K Delusion. Chill Love Radio. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing another one, actually. I need to record it tomorrow. Fuck, I forgot about that. Right, so I'm going to just lay these out in the arrangement, and then I'm going to do some more mix down stuff. Thanks, Mayra. Anthony, I'll be back with you in a second, mate. I've just got to do one thing on it. Stay on. Put him in the wrong spot. Right, so what I've done now is I've put everything in buses. I've grouped everything in buses. So then all I have to do is work on these groups, or these buses. So, Anthony, do you use Machine for drums and then bounce them over to Logic? Yeah, so I literally use Machine as a plugin in Logic and then just drag and drop the audio files individually. What label are you putting Shake It, Break It, Take It To Me? It's coming out on Sheba Sands label in December, along with 8-Bit. What up, Abby? Everyone go follow. That was my Australian version of follow. Go follow Abby Jane, the one and only. It's at Abby, ABBY Jane, doing things. So do you worry about loudness at all when you're producing? So what I usually do, dude, is this is my master channel here, that I put on after I've finished producing. I usually just have a limiter and a multimeter. So with multimeters, I liked it. This is like a spectral. They just call it. I can't even pronounce it. Goniometer. It just shows you how like spread out things are. I try and get that as like, I don't want it all wide, I want a lot in the middle, but then I want certain things width wise. It sucks because a lot of clubs are mono, so you kind of lose that stuff, but the trick is in the mixing. So yeah, when I'm producing, I use a sausage fattener to make it louder, but I start with all my records at -5 dB. I try not to go over, but I know that I'm going over at the moment. I'm over by 0.2 of dB, which isn't bad. I try and keep my levels pretty low. However, the reason why I've done this in the buses is I'm going to put a gain tool on all of them, and just drop them all down like 3 dB, and put that on all the channels. And then hopefully, in fact, I want... I'm going to do like -5 dB and then put that on all, because I've grouped all of them, so they're all just going to go across here. And then that should give me a bit of headroom. I'm still at like -4. I want like -6 at the loudest point of the record. Sorry, I know this is slow. I'm just OCD with how I do it. So I'm going to do like -7. No. Then I can put my master channel on and it's not like slamming too much. the levels when I'm playing this, they're all like pretty even. They're around like 50 hertz, 40 hertz is a little bit higher than everything else, but that's like around the kick and the bass. So I want that to like pump through more. That's what I do in my records. So that's what I would do on my loudness things. What's up, Totty Cheddar? I don't know who you are, Totty Cheddar. Tell me your name, and then I'll know who you are. But I'm pretty sure you live near me. DJ Tanner. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Anthony. Knee deep in sound. I breathe ready. Woohoo. Thanks from Ecuador. Hi, Real Tom. What do you use when you're mixing kicks and how? So I can't tell you for every kick, but on this kick, I did it earlier on in the video. It's quite a heavy kick, so you'll see it shaking the camera. This is without everything. It's like a little bit weak, not as tight, so I put some overdrive on, which is this. Then I put some EQ on, just to take that, like, take the boomy low end out. I put some compression on, just to like click, tighten it up a little bit, keep that click going, and that's simply it. When mixing it, I just mix it along with the bass and see if it. I don't want the bass to be fighting. The bass could probably go up a little bit. So yeah, that's how I do my kicks. The way to mix stuff down is like have it really low. This is what I find, have it really low and just see what's popping too loud. You don't want anything to pop too loud, but you want your main feature. So I want my vocals and my lead like pad or lead stab to like pump through a little bit. Thanks, DJ Islo. LaForza 92. So what I've done is I've bussed all of the tracks. So I've got vocals, drums, kicks, bass, strings, leads, and chords. So I put them down on individual buses, and I put -5 on all of them. It's just an easier way that I find in Logic. Maybe there's another way, but in Logic, when you drag, if you like highlight all of them and then drag them down, it doesn't keep the volume how it is for some reason. I'm not too sure why. Like one will go down faster than the other. So I just use the gain tool for anything automation wise on volume. What levels? I don't look at levels with kicks. Like I don't look at levels on anything. This is currently pumping at minus 5.7 dB. For me, it's not about levels, it's how it sounds. Oh, what's up, Ruggy? How's it going, mate? Is overdrive saturation? No, yeah, kind of, I guess so. I don't really know the like full terms. I suck at this. Distortion is saturation. Overdrive is it's part of distortions technically, yeah. I use FL Studio. What dB do you keep the bass at? Dude, like I said, man, I don't look at anything to do with levels, unless I'm having issues with frequencies. Where do I get my kicks? Just from samples, or I make it on my drum machines, or I will go and steal one from somebody else's record. Mixing is really hard. I'm not that great at mixing. It's the first thing I'd say. I'm not the best at mixing, but that's why there's people out there that are fucking good at it. So yeah, if you can't do it, then get somebody else to do it. Just get somebody that's good. Yeah, so I'm just going to run through this record and just see if I'm like happy with the mixes at the moment. Tomorrow I'll listen to it again. Yeah.
This is how we die, isn't it? Baby's got the gun, and well, it's nice of you to run. The bottom is money, what will do all for you. This is how we die, isn't it?
So I'm just bringing the vocals down a bit.
The gun, well, it's nice of you to run. The bottom is money, what will do all for you.
Yeah, that sounds much better. I've just dropped it down a bit. Sorry, how many tracks do you make that don't ever make it? Loads. Trust me. This month, I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 records and 3 remixes. I'm actually really happy with pretty much all the records from this month, but they might not come out ever. But you have to write records. If you want to be a producer, write fucking records. At the end of the day, you have to put the hours in. You're not going to just like go in the studio and write one record and you'll be famous for the rest of your life. No one has ever done that. Okay, you usually have frame time laid out. No, with structures and stuff, I obviously started DJing initially before writing music. So I know how I want a record to sound and what I want it to do. So I might do a record that has like, I really want a fucking long breakdown in this and I want it to really build. So I put a long breakdown in. But yeah, it's like this. I wanted this to be a very simple breakdown. This isn't really even DJ friendly because there's no outro. Yeah, there's an intro you can mix into this, but there's no outro at all. There's actually more breakdown than record, or it's probably half and half. Probably the same amount of breakdown as record. So it literally just depends on the record. Just go with what is best. Do I master my own stuff? No, I don't. It's the one thing I'll never do. I say never, unless I have the right studio and the right sound and the right speakers and enough time and the right equipment. It's a whole art. It's a whole nother art. I'd rather just write some good records than get somebody else to master it. I use 3 masters. We spoke about this the other night on Dark Art mastering, AMP mastering, and Optimum mastering. They're all super dope, and they're better at different things, really.
Baby's got the gun and we're the list.
Sorry, when you send out your stems to a mix engineer, do you just send the bus? So it depends. I've actually just had my first record bus stem mixed and mastered, and for some reason Logic's really shit at doing the stems. We had issues with the record being out of time. It's super weird. I don't really know what it was. Super weird. If I've used one mix engineer in my life, and a guy called Steve Dubbs, and I will always go in the studio and sit in with him whilst he's doing it. The guy that got this my latest record that's mixed and mastered, which is it's called stem mastering. We did that. That's for my next Dirty Bird release in January, and yeah. It's a nice process. I just sent him some feedback back to make some different edits on. If I could collaborate with any producer on a track, who would it be? It'd be Maxi Jazz from Faithless. Right, I'm gonna be bouncing, so I will see you all soon. Thanks for listening, and yeah, love you all. Bye.